Filtledge.
Good morning, Miami. It's Friday, October 19th. I'm Alex.
And I'm Hannah. Welcome to Miami Minutes, where we keep you up to the minute on all that's good at Miami Middle School. On Tuesday, the Miami Indians cross-country team ran against the other 10 teams in the city meet at Wayne High School. Coach Truesdale was very proud of both the boys and girls teams, who finished a spot higher than last year. Our girls placed 7th out of 11 teams, and our boys received 8th overall. Most notably, all of our girls and boys ran incredibly fast times. Jefferson Santos, Gavin Sommer, and all three England sisters, Lizzie, Araya, and Alicia, scored a big PR. Mark was our top male finisher at 31st place out of a pack of 85, saving the most incredible for last. Tracy Jason broke 13 minutes with a blistering 12 minutes and 57 seconds. That's less than a 7-minute mile. To place a wonderful 17th overall. Please congratulate all of these great runners when you see them today.
The Miami football team saw their season come to an end with 26-0 loss with Blackhawk.
Today we will participate in the Great American Shakeout Earthquake Drill. At 10:10, there will be an announcement and students will follow our emergency plan. Students will duck under our desk to the best of our ability. This will only take 2 to 3 minutes.
Science Central night is on Tuesday, October 30th. From 5 to 7, families need to RSPV to Miss Peggins if they would like to attend.
The school dance is on Friday, November 1st, from 12:15 to 4. The cost is $3 in advance and $5 the day of the dance. Students can participate in open gym, computer lab, and dancing in the cafe. 2 slices of pizza and 1 bottled water will be included in the cost of the ticket.
On Monday, November 5th, Teachers Night is at Waynedale McDonald's from 5 to 8 p.m. Part of every meal sold will go towards Miami Middle School.
Walking Club will be after school until 4:15 on October 31st, instead of November 7th due to parent-teacher conferences.
The yearbook cover designs were turned in, and a small panel of judges selected the top 5 designs during lunch today. Be sure to vote for your favorite design. The winning design will be featured as the front cover of the yearbook, while the runner-ups will be featured on the back of the cover. Let's take a look at the designs up for vote. For the lowest price of the year. Right now, you can order your yearbook online at johnsons.com for only $15. There will not be a lot of extra copies like in the past years. So you must pre-order. If you wait, the price will go up as we get close to the end of the year. The winner of today's vote will be announced on Monday's Miami Minutes. Thank you to all who entered the contest. There will be so many beautiful and unique designs turned in.
Attention, 7th and 8th graders. Students will not have a locker stop between 7th and 8th periods. Students will get their items for 7th and 8th period after 6th period. You are going to lunch. You can drop them off in your classroom or bring them with you to lunch. If you are going to 7th period, you will need to carry materials for both periods with you. Students will be dismissed strategically from lunch and will be directed to the upstairs classes of Pacific hallways so as to have the least disturbance. Students will not be allowed to stop at their locker. This week, students will be practicing this new procedure, with everyone following this procedure starting Monday.
During lunch this week, you can purchase a Boo-gram to send a Halloween treat to your friends. And speaking of lunch, today's menu is a gratin, potatoes with ham, breaded chicken sandwich, crisscross potatoes, garden mixed veggies, chilled apricots, fresh fruit, and an oatmeal cookie.
And now on to our weather forecast. Today will be warmer with a high of 61 degrees with a 30% chance of rain. Late tonight and into tomorrow morning, temperatures over the weekend will fall back down in the mid-50s Saturday and then into the upper 40s come Sunday. We will see a temperature bounce back up into the low 60s next week.
The Miami Minutes crew look forward to bringing you all the great news about Miami this year. Please send Mr. Folkerts anything you would like to see on the show.
Thanks for tuning into Miami Minutes. We leave you with a video of our interview from yesterday's Principal of the Day, Paula Autry, CEO of Lutheran Hospital. Have a great Friday, Miami.
Good morning, Miami. It's Thursday, October 18th. I'm Rebecca. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Miami Minutes. We want to welcome a special guest to our show, Mrs. Paula Autry. Mrs. Autry is the CEO of Lutheran Hospital and is our guest principal for today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, first question. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your job as CEO of Lutheran Hospital?
Absolutely. Again, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm a little bit about myself. I'm a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I grew up in Louisiana. I got interested in healthcare because I had an older sister that had a lot of healthcare issues. And my parents were college professors, and so they really encouraged me to go on to school and get my advanced education to become a hospital administrator. And so ultimately, I got my undergrad at University of Notre Dame, and I got 2 master's degrees at Tulane University in business administration and healthcare administration. And CEO of Lutheran Hospital, this is my 4th CEO position. As Chief Executive Officer, I'm responsible for the day-to-day operations of the hospital, make sure our patients get great care, great service. I work with our physicians to make sure that we have really good physicians, they have the equipment and supplies that they need. I work with our staff to make sure that they're engaged and have a great place to work. And then I get to get out to the community and learn more about what's happening in the community and the needs of our community and how Lutheran can be a part of that.
That's good. When you were in middle school, what did you see yourself doing? What did yourself doing?
Sure. I don't know that I was quite that focused in middle school to know exactly what I wanted to do. I was in a private school, and so we had elementary, middle, and high school all in the same school. And so I remember that's when I learned to play the flute, and I became interested in the marching band. At that time, I think I was still kind of interested. I started to get interested in boys, so boys were a big distraction from my mindset at that time. I knew that I wanted to, because again, my parents were college professors, I knew that I really enjoyed school. I really liked math and science, so I was really driven to do that. I was into like science fairs and things that were probably a little geeky at the time, but I don't know that I really exactly knew what I wanted to do from a career. It was more about what my life was involved in at that time, which was band and science and boys.
Who inspired you to pursue your career?
I think definitely my older sister. She was 2 years older than me. She had a disease called neurofibromatosis, and as a part of that, she had a pretty severe scoliosis or curvature in her spine. And so I got exposed to healthcare really early as a result of that. Because of her scoliosis, she had surgery, and ultimately she became paralyzed at the age of 12 from the waist down. And she really was my inspiration because I saw what she went through as a patient. I saw where healthcare goes right, and I also saw where healthcare can go wrong. And so it developed in me a passion to be a part of that and make things better. Also, she didn't let that hinder her. She went on to go to college. She pledged in a sorority. She lived a life. She learned to drive. She lived a life of independence. So really, she showed me the determination, even as a young person, that she wasn't going to let that get her down. So my commitment as a CEO is that I want to make sure patients and families get the best care that they can, that we're attentive to their needs. At Lutheran, we even have the Hope House where we provide support for families. So when they're there for long days and hours, they can have a place to go to rest and kind of rejuvenate. So that was really my inspiration for my career.
What are the ups and downs of your job?
I think probably long hours. So like this morning, I started off with a 6:30 a.m. meeting before I came here. I'll finish up the day with a 6:30 a.m. meeting, so it's very, very long hours. I have 2 children. They're grown now, but it took me away from my kids at times. I think sometimes also seeing patients go through challenges, to see some of the things that we have in, some of the violence we're starting to see in our community, are things that are tough to see at times in my job.
What do you enjoy about living in Fort Wayne?
Well, it's interesting. My husband grew up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He actually went to Snyder High School, and we met at University of Notre Dame. So I've been coming back and forth to Fort Wayne since I've been in college. We started dating at Notre Dame. And so it's always been a city for me of really good people. I actually get along with my in-laws and my mother-in-law. And so it's really been exciting to come back to Fort Wayne. And we've been living in the Midwest, in Detroit and Columbus, so very familiar with the Midwest. So it's been great for me to see Fort Wayne change over the last few years, and particularly grow into a city that is trying to be a really strong Midwestern city. I've been impressed with the vision of the leaders of Fort Wayne and really trying to develop Fort Wayne into a very progressive place. And so I've enjoyed being here.
What are you interested in seeing here today at Miami?
Well, a little secret, I was actually looking forward to being part of the overhead announcements and stuff. So being a part of today and doing this streaming it's fulfilled my number one thing. Unexpected surprises was just seeing my name on the sign, so that was kind of cool. But I'm really looking forward to interacting with the students, the teachers, the administration, and learning more about kind of the opportunities you have here, what you guys are doing with the students, what do the students need, and again, how we at Lutheran maybe can engage with you guys further.
I want to thank Mrs. Autry for coming to Miami today and taking part in our show. We will be back tomorrow morning with our regular broadcast. Life is what you make of it, so let's make it a great day, Miami.
Great. Have a great day.